Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Secretary, thank you for being here this morning. I want to go back to some of the comments from Chairman Neugebauer, and probably Chairman Henschling brought this up as well. But, you know, the current status of the fund is that it doesn't meet the minimum requirement. And, in fact, it hasn't met the minimum requirement for a very long time. And we've had some of your predecessors come in with some very interesting predictions of when the fund would be back into the statutory requirement. And since I've been on this committee, that's obviously not happened. So when we come in and we say in 2 years or 4 years that you will be able to get to 2%, you know, that's not necessarily, it's kind of hard for me to actually believe that. But one of the issues that comes up that bothers me a little bit is that you are currently not meeting the minimum standard. And now you're proposing to reduce the premium by 50 basis points. The question I have is, when you decided to do that, did the independent actuary know that prior to making their report in November, or did you decide to do that after that report had been issued?
This was a decision that was made after the annual report was released, so that we could have the benefit of understanding the stronger standing of the Mutual Mortgage Insurance Fund.
So I'm just wondering what the actuarial, independent actuary would have said if they've known that you were going to reduce your premium by 50 basis points. Did anybody get back with those folks and say, hey, we're thinking about lowering the premium by 50 basis points? How would this impact our ability to reach the goal within the period that you're projecting?
Well, first, again, this was a decision that was made after
I know,
the annual report.
But when you're making decisions, it's good to make decisions with good information. So my question to you, did anybody at FHA call the independent actuarial and ask them, hey, what if we did this? How would that impact the fund?
I don't want to make a categorical statement on that. However, I do not.
I mean, it's either yes, you did, or no, you didn't. I mean, I don't know that it's.
That's an independent actuary, and so that is not someone on FHA staff that regularly consults in terms of coming up with numbers.
But you rely on that information to make your decisions, right?
And we look forward to getting the 2015 actuarial report as well. That will give us, I believe, another strong measure on the progress of the Mutual Mortgage Insurance Fund.
Well, Mr. Secretary, you have a book of business that you say is seriously delinquent, 7%. I understand that the percent of loans past due at FHA is actually 14%. And if the FHA is going to be as you say in your testimony, the buffer for the marketplace, the countercyclical safety net, and so you've got a 14% delinquency, you've got a 7% serious delinquency, and you just lowered your premium by 40%. I mean, I guess what all of us are trying to understand is, if that was any other financial institution in this country, you'd be under regulatory supervision. Nobody else gets to operate that way. And if we, as many of my colleagues on both sides of the aisle have said, is if FHA is going to be that buffer, it has to be a strong financial institution. And the independent review also said that you needed an $85 billion to survive another major housing downturn like the one we experienced in 2008, and you're nowhere near that. So I guess the question is why didn't you, talk to the people that did that review to see how that might impact, because that's a fairly major business decision.
Again, the FHA staff conducted its analysis in terms of receiving the 2014 annual review and then projecting what the impact of the mortgage insurance premium reduction would be. We also look forward to getting the 2015 annual review from the independent actuary. We have seen serious delinquencies drop by 27% since 2013, and 2013 and 2014 have been the most profitable years for the FHA. So we are, the FHA and its Mutual Mortgage Insurance Fund is on a much stronger path to reaching 2% than it has been before.
I'd say my time has expired.
Chair now recognizes the gentleman from California, Mr.